my name. Make me forget everything when you call me late at night. I remember you touching my body. The way you get to me deep where my heart is. Love me so good, but I wish I was heartless.
Hey guys, I'm Chris.
I'm Kathy. There's Penelope and Little Buster. We are in Florida.
We are in Florida.
On the island.
Yep.
Island time.
It is.
Very hot.
It is.
Well, compared to where we've been, it's very hot.
Right. Well, we left Tennessee, and it's much hotter here than it was in Tennessee. And we delivered our last load, and from the delivery, I think it was a whole 8 miles to the nearest truck stop, which was the Love's. And so we went there and parked, and I think we were there maybe a total of 10 minutes, and we got a call from an agent, one that we used to work for quite extensively. We haven't heard from him lately when things slowed down, but as we've mentioned before, things seem to be picking up quite a bit, and we've heard from him twice now in 2 weeks. So last week and this week he's given us a call. We were actually empty this time, so we were able to accept his load, and it brought us down here to Florida, which brings us to our next thing. We've been expediting for, I think this is our 5th year, or we've been doing it for 5 years, somewhere in there. We've never had an issue with damaged freight ever, until now.
Right.
We got loaded in Tennessee. We arrived early, and they were ready for us early. The only issue was at this particular shipper, you were not allowed in the loading dock area.
Right. We stayed in the front office.
Yeah, you back your truck in, they let you go in the front office, and you wait until they load it, and then you leave.
You do paperwork outside.
Yeah, you do the paperwork there in the office.
Right.
They loaded us. We were picking up as a very large container, a very large box. It almost filled up the entire truck.
13.5 feet long.
Front to back.
That's actually for musicians.
Yeah.
That go on the road.
Yeah, that's their main purpose, but other companies buy them for other things.
Right.
Helps, transporting things. Anyway, they loaded it onto our truck with a forklift. Although they did take down a load bar for us to put at the back. They didn't bother to remove any of the straps that were on the side of the wall, or get any kind of blankets or any other protective things that we have to help secure loads.
Right.
We really didn't know what was going on with that at all. They're a shipper, they do this all day, we assume they know what they were doing. Well, they get us loaded, and we pull up, and we can see the box in the back of the truck. It looks nice. Get up there, put my load bar in, everything looks perfect, take a picture, and we drive to Florida. And then when we arrived this morning in Florida, same thing. It looked fine. We took the load bar off, everything's great. They get a forklift to pull it out, and then we see the issue.
It's damaged all down on both sides.
They did not remove the strap, and they actually caught the strap with the side of the box, and it dug into the side of the freight, for one thing, and it pushed the ratchet end of one of the straps into the side of the box of our truck. So when it was embedded in the wall, which was in there pretty good, it was quite difficult to get it out. I was surprised at how well they managed to ram that thing in there, but with the forklift,
they are professionals.
They are professionals, I assume. But
that's what happens sometimes. You can't go in, especially during COVID.
Yeah,
they wouldn't allow anybody in.
Even with that though, we've never had an issue. But we've decided that we're no longer going to store straps on the wall like that. A lot of people do it. It's a convenient way to have them. When you all of a sudden you need a strap, there it is on the wall. You just grab it, you put it on your freight, you're good to go. But if you run into an instance like this, and this was specialized freight, this is not something we normally haul. But, you know, when we're not allowed to get in there and prepare, you know, we were not exactly sure what we were picking up when we got there, so we didn't know exactly how big it was going to be. We didn't realize it was going to fill up the entire box like that. And we definitely didn't know that, you know, that we wouldn't be allowed back, or the shipper wouldn't take the straps down. Really didn't think about it at that point.
But the main thing is when the shipper does damage things, on the other end of it, the consignee, they do an exception with damage. They fill it out. They went ahead and accepted our load, of course, but they'll go back to the shipper for whatever they need to do with them.
Right.
Like I say, we didn't load or unload it. We never touched the freight, so it's not our deal.
It just has to be documented.
Right.
When it comes down to that.
Our agent was perfectly okay because these things happen and it wasn't our deal, like we say.
Yeah, we didn't load it. We didn't unload it. We just drove the freight.
Had we loaded it, there would have been blankets put. There would have been a lot of things done.
Yeah.
But that's just things that happen sometimes.
Right.
But anyway, they took pictures and Chris actually fixed the inside of our box.
Yeah. Well,
because we're getting ready to have pad testing done.
So it's a process. So when I removed the strap, which I mean, like I said, it was no easy feat. It was in there pretty good. It was hard to get out. We ended up with a hole about the size of a penny, I guess. The rest of the material kind of fold back into place. I was able to seal that up with some silicone. I'm waiting for that to cure, and you know, I'm gonna
do some white tape.
Yeah, some white Gorilla tape, kind of do a little patch over the side, so it should hold temp, no problem.
Yep. Expediting is like sailboating. You're always working on it.
Right.
It's always something.
Yeah, you work on it while you sail it down the water.
Right. So. We know. It's the same thing.
They've done that too.
Same thing. But we did come here to the Loves and took the dogs out to the dog park, but it's so hot. They melted.
Yeah, we've lived in the Blue Ridge Mountains now for a year, and the dogs have adapted to that weather.
Yeah.
Actually, before that, we were in Washington for a while, and
well, Penelope doesn't have any fur on her back. She's blue,
she's very thin
and
fur.
they have hair issues anyway, and she's gets sunburnt. The sun really comes down her back. She's not happy about.
They're definitely not used to Florida heat, however. I mean, it's a bit brutal for them right now, but they still enjoy getting out of the truck. I mean, you have to take advantage of things like this when you've got a little bit of downtime. We're searching for another load, and we'll be doing our pad testing next week.
Yes, so we're making our way toward Indiana, so we can get that done since the box is fixed and everything.
Another necessary evil.
Yeah, but the main thing is that you just learn from everything, and everything is a learning adventure out here. And if they won't let you come in and load it, or you can't see what it's done since it's already packed, stuffed in there.
Yeah, we couldn't see in the box, to see that there was any damage done at the time of loading.
We've just learned from this that we'll make sure that everything is where it needs to be, I guess. If you're not gonna, just assume you're not gonna be back there.
Yeah, another thing that I've started doing recently also is we have toolboxes outside on the truck. Try to leave a couple of straps in there because we have had this issue before where they'll load the truck, and I mean, it's convenient for us to keep our materials up front. We have straps, we have load bars, we have all those things, but when a shipper just kind of loads you and you're not allowed back there, they didn't pull anything out for you, now all of your load bars and securement equipment is up front, you can't get to it. So of course it's not practical to leave at the back because then they couldn't put freight in the truck. So kind of a safeguard though, if I have a couple of straps at the back, I can always just take those out, even after the truck's loaded. When we pull up, I can hop in there and put some straps back there to secure the freight.
So hopefully this helps somebody that's out there expediting learn from us, and maybe I don't know, there's still blue paint all down, chips all down when they drug it out. They scraped our
it's
what do you call those bars on the side?
The E-track.
The E-track, they still scraped all that when they were pulling it out.
Yeah, there was about probably 2 inches on each side of the box. I mean, it wasn't like it was tight, but at the same time,
if it had
if it didn't go in straight,
or if they put some kind of
or without any kind of
foam,
protective,
or
Yeah.
anything. But this was not the manufacturer actually. This was
Yeah,
like
a third party.
a third party that was
Mhm.
shipping it, and I think that's where the issue came in.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have come
Yeah.
like that from the
Nice
manufacturer.
people, but you know.
Very nice people. I hate to
Uh,
hate to see this come back on them, but
Yeah.
we didn't do it, so sorry. But anyway, we'll catch you guys in Indiana, and thanks for watching.
There's something about the way that you say my name. Make me forget everything when you call me late at night. I remember you touching my body. The way you get to me deep where my heart is. Love me so good, but I wish I was heartless.